Veneto, one of the 20 regions that make up Italy, was once the heartland of the Venetian Republic. For centuries, Venice ruled as the largest and richest trading empires in the world. Today, Veneto is one of the most developed and industrialized regions in Italy with a rich cultural heritage. In this two-part episode of Asian Air Safari, I explore this region together with friends, old and new, and discover why I may actually have been Italian in my past life. Before heading up north, I decided to revisit one of my favorite places in Italy. A trip to Italy is not complete without a visit to Rome, the Eternal City. Rome's history spans nearly 3,000 years and considered one of the birthplaces of Western civilization. I make my way through some famous landmarks in the city. At the center of the Piazza Venezia is the Altare della Patria, or Altar of the Fatherland, also known as the Monument of Victor Emmanuel II, the first king of unified Italy. Contrast to the white marble of the Il Vittoriano Monument is the ancient granite structure of the Pantheon. The word Pantheon means temple consecrated to all gods. Built more than 1,800 years ago, the magnificent Pantheon stands as a reminder of the great Roman Empire. Another famous structure is the Colosseum. Originally known as the Flavian Amphitheater, it was the largest building of the era. The Colosseum could accommodate some 55,000 spectators. Today, its ruins are a reminder of the once vicious culture of bread and circuses, appeasing the public through games involving fights to the death. Further along is the Grand Trevi Fountain. Fontana de Trevi literally means fountain at the junction of three roads, describing its location. Out of all the sites in Rome, Trevi remains to be my favorite. With just a drop of the coin, I'm guaranteed to come back here. Since ancient times, fountains have provided drinking water and decorated the piazzas of Rome. Romans were famous for constructing numerous aqueducts to bring water to the city. They also devised a complex sewage system to remove wastewater from the city to keep it clean. But more than a source of drinking water, the Trevi Fountain is an architectural wonder designed in Baroque style. Walking further, I pass by the famous Spanish Steps, a monumental stairway always flocked by scores of people. It was actually built by a French diplomat and was so called because it connected the Bourbon Spanish Embassy and the Trinita dei Monti Church above to the square located below. Having a leisurely walk around the city is a favorite pastime, and to be surrounded by ancient works of arts and architecture makes one feel very much a part of history. But this trip will not be a mere Roman holiday, as I still had many places to visit going up to Veneto. That's up next. From Rome, I head to the region of Veneto to see my good friend Gabriele, or Lele as we call him. You may remember him treating me to some Italian gelato some years back. Lele resides in the region of Vicenza, in Bassano del Grappa, a beautiful city lying at the foothills of the Alps. After so many years, I visit him again at his house in the hills. I see Lele and his wife Ghenet come to the door.
Hi, Lele. And this is Ghenet. How are you?
Welcome home.
Yeah.
I've stayed so many times in this house as far back as I remember, so it's really like coming home. The last time I was here, I was doing flight training for the Gusta with friends Archie, Maynard, and Fritz. Lele was our instructor. Nothing much has changed, except for one little person I have not met before. Lele and Genet's baby, Ginevra.
Please, come inside.
Yeah, I remember.
So it doesn't change much.
No.
Almost change, yeah. Kitchen is new one. I would like to
Genet's parents, from the country of Eritrea, were there to see Ginevra as well.
How do I say hello in Eritrea or greeting?
Salam.
Salam. Yeah, it's good that they can visit, but they don't visit you. I think they visit Ginevra. And also not Lele for sure.
Lele cooks up some authentic Italian pasta, and I attempt to be his sous chef.
And I remember, everybody is amazed when you come in and cook in the restaurant. They say you have a chef and a pilot.
And you pay only what, the pilot or the chef?
The chef. Pilot is too expensive.
Italian spaghetti is actually very simple to make.
Lele always told me that the tomatoes in Italy are much different elsewhere, right?
Yes.
And this, we have to see if it's really true when we try his pasta. He always gives me the tough job. I won't be surprised if he lets me wash the dishes later. See what he does? All he does is put it in the water. He always gets the easy job.
Go ahead, I finished my job, yeah, but you have to go ahead.
After 1 hour, it will be now.
I always have co-pilot duties when I'm with him. He's always comandante.
Okay, ready, so we put the spaghetti normally. When we put the spaghetti inside the pan, we should do this way.
Why?
Because they go open, and so then we can put,
You can put
more.
Okay. I thought it's like a Chinese fortune or something.
No.
And with only a handful of ingredients you can easily find around the house.
One of the secret of pasta pomodoro is basil.
I know.
So
But I don't have basil outside my window. That's the problem.
finally, there's another secret is a glass of white wine
Okay.
in the sauce. Al dente is 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Maybe.
1 minute to go.
Yeah.
Do you need the Breitling stopwatch?
Oh, this will be wonderful. Yeah. Oh, this is
Just
nice
like
watch.
flying.
You have a nice watch, huh?
Yes, just like flying. It already smells good.
No, you put some olive oil.
And this is
Okay.
extra virgin.
Yeah. Change it for us.
Thank you. In Italy, they say that the meal is not complete until we have wine and cheese. Isn't that right, Nene?
Yeah, this is right. And in the Venetian dialect, we complete this saying "La bocca non si stracca se non la spusa de vaca."
What does that mean?
That means that your eating is not finished if you are not eating something from the cow.
Can I have steak?
No, this finished.
So we have cheese instead.
Have a cheese.
Okay.
A typical Italian lunch lasts for a few hours as we savor the meal and reminisce old times by going through old photos.
This is in Turkey. I have a picture there. There! Look at this handsome guy.
Over a glass of Lele's homemade Prosecco, we toast to good health and more adventures in the future. Still in Vicenza, Lele takes me around the Bassano, pausing for a while at the bridge of the Alpini. The beautiful bridge is constructed over the waters of River Brenta, which was an important means of communication from the mountains of Grappa to the city of Venice. The bridge is named after the Alpini, or Alpine Fighting Force, Italian mountain soldiers who have fought for their homeland back in World War II. Standing over the bridge, its peaceful view hides the fact that it has witnessed many battles. Looking closely at the buildings nearby, one can see visible bullet holes that are a reminder of the past. From there, we explored the Marostica Castle. Marostica is a medieval village, and one can see a typical example of a military fortress common at that time. In the city's public square, a human chess game is carried out every other year, which draws crowds from all over the world. We made our way up the steps to the upper castle, which offered a very good view.
This is San Antonio.
Yeah.
But which one is the older one? This one?
The one in the back. They have a lower castle and the upper castle. They had to make a wall all around because if some enemy will occupy the upper part of the castle, this could not defend anymore. Type of construction during the Scaligerita period.
From the castle, we went back to Lele's house. I particularly enjoy strolling through his vineyard and just enjoying the breeze from the mountains. Lele's home in Vicenza was open to family and friends wanting to just drop by or share a meal. While I was there, I got to talk to his brother Jack,
First time we meet each other.
Yeah.
a former Italian test and fighter pilot who is still very active in general and ultralight aviation. Jack takes me to the Museo Storico Aeronautico in Pordenone. Jack tells me that I am about to meet the Godfather. The museum is owned by his friend Giovanni Follador. Indeed, the godfather of aviation in these parts. He is considered a local legend for being one of the pioneers of aviation in the region.
Guardate, lo mettevo al ciuga, mettevo più ciuga. Vedi che sono piene, sono a parte vuota rifinare, queste sono 15-18.
His passion for aircraft and flying produced a big collection of memorabilia from the different time periods housed in this old hangar in Pordenone. One of the interesting aircraft on display is a classic fighter jet, a Hawker Hunter used by the Swiss in the 1950s.
Wow, still complete, huh?
Giovanni tells me he was able to get the decommissioned aircraft from the Swiss in exchange for a bottle of wine. Before it was taken to the museum, the airplane had to be taken apart for fear of being used as a fighter plane again.
Now I really wish I lived during these times when one can fly this kind of jets.
It felt great to meet people who share the same passion for aviation. Of course, I could hardly contain myself and wanted to take on the skies again. I may have spoken too soon, as I get a surprise from 1,000 feet above the ground up next. Jack took me to the La Comina Airfield in Pordenone. La Comina is known for being the first school of civil aviation in Italy, which later became a military airfield. During World War I, it was a strategic point for aerial surveys and where airstrikes took off to war zones. Jack introduced me to some fellow pilots from La Comina.
Welcome, my name is Stefano. Hi, Stefano. I know Jack told me about you yesterday. So I'm excited to see your airplanes. Okay. Wow, what a nice aircraft.
Stefano showed me around and saw different models of ultralight aircraft, which they also build here. Stefano also showed me his Corvus Phantom, a two-seat Hungarian-built ultralight. He was excited for me to take it up for a spin, but not until I meet their other friends. In the other hangar, I saw other light sport aircraft. Corrado is another friend of Jack's and enjoys flying the Alpi Pioneer planes.
Enjoy. I show you a small secret of Alpi Aviation. It is a small secret. Yeah. Then we are working on a twin engine, and we are in an advanced phase of design with two Rotax 100 horsepower. That means 200 horsepower.
Here in Europe, owning light sport aircraft and ultralight aircraft is becoming more popular due to less operational expenses. The Pioneers are of Italian design and are actually made here in Pordenone. In fact, Corrado is team leader of the Pioneer Microlight Formation team. Now, I'm even more excited to fly with these skilled pilots. So, taking a modern design ultralight and a light sport aircraft, we ventured to do some formation flying overlooking the region of Pordenone. Little did I know that Stefano and Corrado had more than just formation in their minds. From simply flying side by side, we got closer and closer to each other. The turns started to become steeper banks. Before I knew it, we were doing loops and half rolls in the air. There is an instant familiarity among pilots of any age. Seeing these aviators at different points in their lives, Lele, the test and fighter pilot, becoming a new father. Jack, the fighter pilot, still actively involved in sport aviation. Stefano and Corrado, flying enthusiasts who have made a business out of a hobby. And Giovanni, a pioneer whose life commitment is to preserve aviation history, inspire me to do more for our own aviation industry. Having this amazing experience in a beautiful setting such as this is a real blessing. In the next part of this Italian adventure, join me in a unique experience of Venice by foot, by sea, and by air, together with some newfound friends.
This has been your captain, Joy Roa. See you in the next Asian Air Safari.